Only one known specimen of this Lincoln dollar has ever surfaced. It was discovered not in a museum, but in a private estate sale in Ohio. A retired U.S. Mint engraver's collection was being sold off quietly, and in a dusty folder of numismatic oddities. This coin was found tucked between pages like a forgotten secret. At first, the auction house didn't understand what they had, but word quickly spread in the numismatic community. Within days, elite collectors, historians, and institutions began bidding. Then came the shock. The coin sold for a jaw-dropping $220 million. Not because it's made of gold or diamond, but because of what it represents. A one-of-a-kind relic of American coinage. A design that never was. A piece that whispers of untold stories. Behind closed doors of the mint, it's the Mona Lisa of modern coins. Why so valuable? Rarity is part of it. This is possibly the only Lincoln bicentennial dollar in existence. But there's more. The mystery surrounding its origin, the possible secrecy of its production, and the fact that no records exist of this coin ever being officially approved add layers of intrigue. Some experts suggest it may have been a private engraving experiment. Others believe it was a covert test design never cleared for public knowledge. Authentication was a challenge. The coin was subjected to extreme scrutiny. Under magnification, numismatic experts confirmed that the planchet and die matched 1976 materials and minting techniques. There were microscopic markings, known only to insiders at the Philadelphia Mint, and a metallurgical analysis revealed unique elements consistent with bicentennial era test coins. Today, this coin is insured for over $220 million and is housed in a climate-controlled vault, protected 24/7. It's the kind of coin that never sees sunlight, the kind of artifact that moves only under armed guard. It's never been exhibited to the public, only viewed by select scholars and private collectors. But here's the real question. Could there be more out there? It's possible. Some believe that as many as 3 prototypes may have been created. If even one more surfaces, it could spark a bidding war never before seen in numismatic history. So the next time you're flipping through old coin albums or estate collections, remember this story. That dusty old coin might not just change, it might be history. Coins are more than currency. They are silent storytellers, tiny monuments to people, to eras, to ideologies. And once in a generation, a coin appears that rewrites everything we thought we knew. The Lincoln America $1, 1776 to 1976 coin is that coin. A fusion of myth, mystery, and mind-blowing value. This is the story that has stunned the world. In the world of numismatics, every once in a while, a story emerges that defies belief. A coin, once pocket change in someone's hand, suddenly becomes the centerpiece of attention, commanding the gaze of collectors, historians, and even investors around the world. The story of the 1972 Lincoln $1 coin is exactly that. Unbelievable, captivating, and wrapped in mystery. Let's begin with a question that stirs the imagination. How can a simple 1972 coin, apparently bearing Abraham Lincoln's image, fetch an astronomical price of $22 million? Is it myth or reality? A rare error or an intentional strike never meant for circulation? The year 1972 was pivotal for coinage in the United States. The mint was experimenting, transitioning, modernizing. But here's the twist, officially. No Lincoln $1 coins were ever minted that year. That alone is the first layer of this deep mystery. Some experts believe this coin is a pattern strike, a test piece never intended for the public. Pattern coins are trial designs or prototype pieces produced by the U.S. Mint to test new concepts. Most are destroyed after testing, but occasionally, just occasionally, one survives. If this 1972 coin is indeed a pattern strike featuring Lincoln, it may have been an experimental design for a new dollar coin series that never went into mass production. The design itself is stunning. Lincoln's bust appears prominently on the obverse, more detailed and expressive than the one on the penny, while the reverse reportedly features a modified eagle design, different from the standard $8 reverse of the same era. The material. Rumors suggest it may have been struck in a special alloy, perhaps even 90% silver, which was rare for 1972, considering the mint had moved away from silver coins years earlier. According to collector's lore, the coin surfaced at a private estate auction. A coin dealer, flipping through a nondescript folder of old currency, stumbled upon something that felt wrong. The weight wasn't standard. The color shimmered differently. And then the realization struck. This wasn't a coin anyone had ever seen before. It was authenticated and graded by a top-tier, third-party grading company and given a mint state grade. But more importantly, it was deemed genuine, though enlisted in any official U.S. mint release. That's when the buzz started. Rumors flew. Numismatic forums exploded. Was it real? Was it worth anything? And then came the shocker. A wealthy collector from Asia, known for purchasing ultra-rare American coins, offered $22 million for it. Yes, $22 million. Rarity is one thing. But when rarity meets mystery, and when mystery meets controversy, values skyrocket. This coin is one of a kind. There's no official record of its mintage. It's not listed in the Red Book or the U.S. Mint Archives. Yet, it exists. And in the coin world, that makes it a ghost relic, something that shouldn't exist, but does. Have you ever held a coin and wondered if it could change your life? Imagine a single piece of metal, smaller than the palm of your hand, being worth more than a mansion, a luxury yacht, and a private jet combined. Today, we uncover the astonishing story of the Lincoln America $1 coin dated 1776 to 1976, a seemingly ordinary coin that turned out to be worth a staggering $220 million US dollars. This isn't just about money. It's about history, rarity, and a twist of fate that few collectors could have predicted. Let's go back in time right to the heart of American history. The year 1776 marks the birth of the United States of America, with the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Fast forward to 100 years later. In 1976, the United States Mint decided to celebrate the bicentennial in a grand way. Special commemorative coins were struck to honor this historical milestone. Among these was the 1776 to 1976 Eisenhower dollar, featuring a bold design with the Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon. But what if there was a coin even rarer one that most people never even knew existed? That's where the mystery of the so-called Lincoln America $1 1776 to 1976 coin comes in. A coin that shouldn't exist yet somehow does. This coin is unlike any other. First, let's talk about the design anomaly. Unlike the official Eisenhower bicentennial dollar, this coin features the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that was never officially released for a dollar coin in 1976. It's believed that only a few experimental pieces were struck at the Philadelphia Mint during the planning stages of the bicentennial commemorations. These pieces were never meant for circulation. They were test pattern style coins created to consider a design that was ultimately abandoned. The coin carries the dual date 1776 to 1976, representing the American bicentennial. But unlike the common Eisenhower dollars, this mysterious coin bears a profile of Lincoln similar in style to that seen on the penny. It's struck in a mirror-like proof finish with extraordinary detail. Every contour, every line in Lincoln's beard, and every stroke in the engraving stands out like a masterpiece. It's a coin that almost looks alive. Only one known specimen of this Lincoln dollar has ever surfaced. It was discovered not in a museum, but in a private estate sale in Ohio. A retired U.S. Mint engraver's collection was being sold off quietly, and in a dusty folder of numismatic oddities. This coin was found tucked between pages like a forgotten secret. At first, the auction house didn't understand what they had, but word quickly spread in the numismatic community. Within days, elite collectors, historians, and institutions began bidding. Then came the shock. The coin sold for a jaw-dropping $220 million. Not because it's made of gold or diamond, but because of what it represents. A one-of-a-kind relic of American coinage. A design that never was. Have you ever checked your spare change and wondered if a simple, copper-colored penny could make you a multimillionaire overnight? What if I told you that one particular 1970 to Lincoln penny, yes, the kind almost everyone overlooks, has been valued at a staggering $200 million? That's right, a single cent from the year 1972, potentially worth more than most mansions, luxury yachts, or even private jets. This is the jaw-dropping, almost mythical tale of the 1970 to Lincoln penny, a coin whose story is filled with history, mystery, and unimaginable value. Let's uncover the secret that transformed this humble coin into a numismatic legend. It begins in 1972, a year when Richard Nixon sat in the White House. The Vietnam War was ongoing, and Americans were lining up to see The Godfather in theaters. The penny, officially known as the Lincoln Memorial Cent, had been in circulation since 1959, featuring the iconic bust of President Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. Millions of these pennies were struck every year at U.S. Mint facilities. But in 1972, something unusual happened. A mistake, a fluke, or perhaps fate. Among the countless ordinary coins produced that year, a small number, perhaps only a few dozen, were struck with an error that would later become one of the most desirable features in all of coin collecting: the double die obverse. Now, what exactly is a double die? Imagine a steel die that stamps a coin with its design. If that die is misaligned or impressed more than once in slightly different positions, it creates a duplication and optical doubling on the coin's surface. That's exactly what happened in 1972. When you look closely at a true 1970 to double die Lincoln penny, the doubling is unmistakable. The inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty" and the date 1972 all appear to be shadowed, echoed, as if the letters were stamped twice. Not faded, not blurry, doubled boldly. And that's what makes it rare. Most error coins are subtle. This one shouts. Collectors and treasure hunters know. Finding a genuine 1972 doubled die obverse penny is like discovering buried gold. They are few. They are legendary. And they command top dollar, sometimes tens of thousands at auction. But that's not the coin we're here to talk about. No, there's one 1972 penny that towers above them all. An outlier. A coin not just with a double die, but also in pristine, never circulated condition, with perfect red coloration, struck with extraordinary detail. According to collectors, dealers, and insiders in the numismatic world, this specific penny has not only the most dramatic doubling ever seen on a U.S. coin, it's flawless, beyond mint state, beyond gem, a coin that some have said should never have survived. And it's valued by private collectors and institutions at $200 million. So why is it worth so much? The truth remains unknown. What is certain is that this coin doesn't belong to any authorized mint set or release from 2022, and that makes it an anomaly of the highest order. Now, what makes this coin worth $20 million? First, it's one of a kind. So far, only one verified specimen has been found, graded by a top-tier certification service. It's in near-perfect condition, mint state 69, with flawless luster, full strike, and microscopic details that suggest handcrafted dies were used, possibly for an internal mint design proposal. Second, its uniqueness lies not just in its design, but in its legal and historical ambiguity. Is it a pattern coin? Is it a rogue issue? Is it technically even legal tender? These questions only deepen the intrigue and the value. Third, provenance. The coin was initially found by a coin dealer in Oregon, who purchased a roll of quarters from a local bank. It sat unnoticed in a display tray for months until a sharp-eyed collector spotted Lincoln's unmistakable profile. That moment would turn out to be worth millions. The auction story adds another layer of fascination. In a private auction conducted behind closed doors, a consortium of wealthy collectors from around the globe competed for the piece. The final bid, a jaw-dropping $20 million, asked. The winning bidder remains anonymous, but rumors suggest it was a billionaire tech entrepreneur with a deep interest in historical artifacts. Since then, the Lincoln Quarter has become the stuff of legend. Its image has spread across the internet, but only certified photographs exist, no replicas, no fakes, and certainly no second specimen. Now, collectors across the U.S. are obsessively searching their 2022 quarters, hoping for a miracle. Every roll, every coin jar, every vending machine becomes a potential treasure chest. But beware, there are fakes. With the story going viral, counterfeiters have attempted to create knockoffs of the Lincoln Quarter. Some are decent, others are laughable, but none come close to the authentic piece. Experts advise collectors to rely on certified grading companies and never trust raw versions unless verified by reputable numismatic authorities. The Lincoln America Quarter of 2022 isn't just a coin. It's a mystery, a myth, a modern legend. It's a reminder that even in an age of digital currency and mass production, tangible treasures still hide in plain sight. It has sparked debates, lit up auction rooms, and reignited the passion of thousands of collectors worldwide. From one rare strike, the coin world was reminded of why numismatics is more than a hobby. It's a hunt, a history, and a heartbeat. And somewhere, in pockets, drawers, or coin rolls across America, maybe, just maybe, there's another Lincoln Quarter waiting to be found. So check your change. You might be holding the next $20 million piece of American history.